Hi friends, I am Shivgan and I am talking about the first offering that we give to the interns who work at QC Finance. So in other video you can find about how to apply. So the first and foremost thing that we offer while you do an internship with us is a presentation at an international conference. So we'll help you to work on your presentation skills, understand the features of presentation and 10 steps to a successful presentation. So the first is like consider the occasion and objective, make an audience analysis, get acquainted with the environment, decide the manner and mode of presentation. So in our case these are international conferences. Plan out the presentation and presentation of script, preparation of visual aid, handout and feedback form. Rehearse the presentation, consider personal aspects of physical and body language, overcoming nervousness, and finally making the presentation. So that's our first offering. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about how an intern would get training on this part from us. So we generally expect an intern to come out with a research paper, and most of the times intern at QC Finance do get out the research paper published at some international conferences. The last one was 4A's international conference that happened in I guess November 2014. So in that respect a research paper presentation is different from a public speaking. So we need to understand the aim of speaking, the type of audience there who are experts in finance or whichever topic we are looking at, the expectation of audience, the amount of information, and the level of interaction. Now after that, the features of a good presentation in that regard again becomes important. So this is not a lecture, this is a research presentation. So we need to persuade the listeners. The presentation has to be well defined, and the structure, the figures, the coloring, the understanding of needs, the humor and anecdote requires, and things like that. So we generally take some rehearsals to do that. Then the element of presentation is you can think of that in terms of a presenter's analysis, the audience, and the designation. So in all of this idea, our focus is to train you on 10 steps for a successful presentation, so that you can do the presentation in a very nice way. If you look at a step, there is something called the 5WH of a good presentation that we help our interns to learn. So that is why, who, where and when, what, how, and the final presentation is based upon that thing. So that was a little video about what we have to offer, our first offering. So the second offering at QC Finance is your interview skills. So we do understand that at the end of the internship at QC Finance, you are looking for a full-time position and you are targeting some very good place for that. So in that terms, we are going to help you crack those finance interview. We would start with the purpose of holding interview, the meaning of interview, the types of questions that are asked by interviewers, like open-ended, close-ended, neutral and landing question, loaded question, mirror question, probing question, and pauses. So each of these 7 things that I just talked about have their importance. For example, pausing at the right time is important rather than answering that question. That's an interesting thing. We'll have some examples of that. Then what to do with the loaded and the probing questions is again an interesting thing. These are the type of questions. Features of an interview, the structure and the chronology in finance interview, and what's going around in the industry is again something we'll look at. So the purpose of holding these interviews for a company is like selection, promotion, performance appraisal, exit, opinion and counseling. And the structure of interview becomes important because you have a starting, you have a middle part, you have a closing part, you have a chronology which should be impressive. We'll talk about how chronologies could go back, and also how to handle the stress, and how to work on different types of interview, whether it's a mock interview, a telephonic or a walk-in, or a group interview or a screening interview. So preparing for the interview is a critical part for our interns, and we do understand that, and we'll work to help that thing done for the people who are there. So that's what we have. Some of the things here that again becomes important is that when you have an interview, your body language should be important. So that's something related to the international conference presentation that we aim for our interns. But overall, the body language, the facial expression, the posture, the gesture, and the space becomes important. So that's again that I would train you on. So that was about the interview prep and the type of questions. So there's a list of questions that we have gathered based on a survey that would be helpful for you. So even though the field here, quant finance, is a quantitative or a heavy field, but working with customers and clients become important here. So whether you join a KPO or you join a captive model of some bank that you plan to, the verbal communication becomes very important. So how to acquire verbal communication? You should be aware of what you are saying. How are you communicating on email? In each email or communication, are you addressing your purpose, main idea, and the kind of audience or the client that you have? How would you organize your thoughts? The styles and merits, and as you speak, is your message making that impression that you want to make? So in that respect, understanding customer service basics become important. So how you create a professional image, how you listen to your audience, how you ask questions, how you exceed expectation, how you provide service without an immediate payoff and respond personally. So in that respect, a concept called empathetically communication becomes important, where empathy is to understand the customer's feeling, the client's feeling, determine the context, addressing your customer's emotion, putting customer at ease, acknowledging customer's effect, use a listening centered approach. So there's something different between speaker focus and listener focus. Now asking question, how to ask the right question, how to establish that rapport. So clarifying and motivating the customer. Sometimes what becomes interesting here is denying requests and copying angry customers. So, and how to deal with the unexpected troubles which you don't get lot often. So how to keep customers informed, working with customers which are tricky to handle. So that would be your third lesson here at QC Finance. This is really an extension of the third offering, which talks about improving informal communication. So what does this mean? So informal communication, there's a difference between formal and informal communication. Listening actively, speaking persuasively, negotiating effectively, managing conflict, how to participate in the online webinars and meeting, and how to make proper introduction to people. That becomes quite important here. So what do we do when we communicate? How do we write a good email? How do we make sure that we are professional? We emphasize the positiveness. We overcome the obstacles. So a good decision maker has to deal with his employees. He has to inform, pursue, promote goodwill, inform, pursue, goodwill, and solution for speaker and solution for listeners are very important. So when you go there in the field, the poor communication skill, your second-hand information, distrust and competition and bias are some things that might come into. And how do you differentiate between the different kind of communications that you do with the clients, like formal and informal, unscheduled and scheduled, arranged and random, participants enroll, you are enroll, post agenda, pre-agenda, one-way, interactive, impoverished and rich content. How do you do that? How do you listen in a very nice way? How do you offer attention? How do you use the non-verbal signals? How do you give feedback? How do you question? How do you make those notes? So paying attention, using non-verbal clues, giving feedback, asking question, being open-minded and replying in the right way. And you have speaking persuasively, how to talk to the clients and your seniors or the customers or your KPO bosses or the onshore teams, all those things. Then how to do a good negotiation when you want to get the deal done. So identify awareness, establish goal, look for solution, and how to manage conflict. So withdraw, involve, negative, positive. The reaction to conflict is like withdraw, get involved, and negative and positive. So those are the two axes, reaction to conflict axis. Then you have problem solving techniques, divide and conquer, brainstorming, trial and error, analogy, do's and don'ts, and a lot of other things like understanding how to take on those meetings. So that's the 3B part here. The next part here is reading skills. So in terms of reading comprehensions, in terms of reading efficiencies, in terms of reading effectiveness, which are the factors that increase your reading skills, techniques for improving your reading, or guidelines for effective reading, then you have PSQFR model and techniques for improving retention. So this becomes important when you are making those research paper and you want to do a literature review, how you are going to get those stuff papers. So what speed are you going to take? You have to make sure that the literature review or whatever the one that's given to you that gets completed. So careful reading versus rapid reading versus speaking, scanning, and then you have reading efficiency, retention factors. Effective reading would include your education background, physical capabilities, mental capability, interests, and practice. Techniques for improving reading skills, generally some people talk about active reading, some people talk about appropriate reading type, time schedules, so content and spread, eye movement, quick and silent, preview, review, logical or words, just enough to capture words, improvement on capability to understand and align, take notes. So those are things. So while you read these research paper to make that literature review that you are planning, you need to define purpose, you need clarity about environment, identity of the reading channel, control interference, getting ready with words and non-word symbols, and evaluate critically. Now there is something called the PSQFR, which means the purpose, survey, question. 5R stands for read selectively, recite, record, reflect, and review. So that's the PSQFR model. It's kind of a reading technique where you do some effective reading. So then many of the times you tend to forget things, so using memory aids, deciding priority of retention. Now because you have so many things in the research world that you cannot really go ahead and read everything, so you need to be realistic, and we'll talk about some of the learnings that we have on the reading skills for research, especially pertinent to getting those goals done. Then your reading comprehension, big reading comprehension, your average reading, skimming, and what makes it better. So that would be your fourth learning here in the internship. Fifth aspect here is revisiting grammar. How would this be helpful to you? So you might have studied this grammar in your CAT or your MBA entrance exam, but this is just a revision on them. Some of the errors that we make. The first thing that could really set it off is like subject-verb agreement, use of articles, countable and uncountable nouns, and writing names with and without the, and some of the vocabs that we are often going to see. So in the subject-verb agreement, many people do a lot of things. So there are some books you can read, but we'll talk about just a quick refresh. So like example, two singular subjects connected by or not does not require a multiple verb. So things like that. Some of the rules here in subject verb agreement, so that you don't make any mistakes. Then we have article. The article is a verb, is a word that combines with a noun to indicate the type of referencing being made by the noun, and also specify the volume or the numerical scope. The article used in English are a, an, and the. So then you have countable and uncountable nouns. Most of the things are there in your GRE or GMAT, whatever you have studied. So you know those things, and the construction of the words, how you do that, the sentence pattern, the basic sentence pattern, how you put up those subjects, verb. So in the research, we generally avoid we would say that this is being done. This is something on the research perspective. And there is something also known as the 6 basic pattern built on verb types, but these things are still conditional. So and then the conditional sentences, the conjunctions, and there are 2 types of conjunction basically, the subordinating and correlative. So those are small tricks on the grammar side which we would look at before finally moving to the research reports. So the final outcome here is a business research report. These things would involve technical reports, news, the writing process, and of course this would be an academic output. So business report and the academic report writing, there are a small contrast between them, and since we are in this quant finance field, we are still at a junction between the two. So the strategy of writing business report and the strategy of writing finance reports versus you go to some area like technology and IEEE research papers. So those are a little bit different, but yes, we stand on those 2 points. So like ideally a business research report, you define a problem, issue for investigation. It's more about the planning, it's more about the interpretation of results in terms of business sense, and a lot of focus on money. The types of report in business are like long, short, formal, informal. Those are special reports and analytical reports where we draft a problem and draw conclusions. So we are still realistic in the business world. The primary research, the secondary research, and the report writing. In a business research, you won't have those academic type of a thing. And there's something that comes in the business report, something called as 5 W's and 1 H, which is who, why, what, when, where, and how. Our business research reports are focused on that. So a title, a content, a forward, list of table, graph, and abbreviations, and a bibliography at the end. We are focused more on news. We are focused more on the financial implications, and the deadlines are important in the business world. So because time lost is money lost in business. Whereas in an academic world, our synopsis is more theoretical that we do in the institutes. We have a project synopsis which get approves on the kind of research that we want to do. This is about research problem. Then we have research design, which have 5 aspects in academia. Those are like methodology, sampling, data collection, analysis, and the expected outcome. Then we have limitation, references. We have also things like certificate of approval, approval of organization. These things are not present in the business report. We write like this was approved, that this person did and submitted this thesis and things like that. And the final about reference making. So we talk about Zotero. So this research paper, just I wanted to add 2 more things here. So we have 2 things that would come here. First is Zotero reference making, and latex that we would use for making research paper. This is something like HTML, static HTML pages. So these are the final outcomes of the research. So your research is expected to be published in some good place and bring you some confidence. So this was about the internship at QC Finance. So on the side of research, our offering list is something like this. So we help you present your research at international conference. We have got many projects. You get a stipend and we pay the conference fee. We prepare you for interview and things like that. We make sure you have a home page and your article is on QC Finance indexed on Google Scholar for your online presence. So this is the final offering list.